So back in 2019, Apple did one of the funniest and weirdest things I've ever seen them do, but it was so amazing and it was the best iPhone release I think Apple's done in a very long time. Probably the iPhone 13's kind of topped it, to be honest. But the iPhone 11 release was so interesting to me because Apple kind of made a better iPhone at a cheaper price tag than even what the more expensive iPhone was at that time. Now, this is a two-part story. For one, from the iPhone XR to the iPhone 11, obviously the iPhone 11 was a newer iPhone. It brought a better chipset, better battery life, better capability, better camera, faster performance, more RAM, but it was a cheaper iPhone. They actually decreased that price tag by $50. So even that price tag and that capability alone, Apple pretty much dominated, and at $700 or $699, depending on how you look at it, that was an iPhone that was just so much better than its predecessor. And I was so happy Apple actually went down that direction because that's what the price tag should have been. But even further than that, what Apple did between the iPhone 11 lineup, which I don't think they've ever done ever again, was actually giving the same amount of capability internally to all of the iPhone 11s. So basically, the iPhone 11 had the same performance as the 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max, but the even crazier thing on top of that was that they put the same amount of RAM, put the same amount of chipset, but because the iPhone 11 had a low resolution display, and mostly because of its, big size battery still, a lot of people were saying that the iPhone 11 was outperforming the 11 Pro, mostly because of the low resolution display, sometimes getting better battery life, but even better performance. I saw a lot of people mentioning that, essentially their iPhone, 11 was giving them even better, frames per second or less glitches overall than the iPhone 11 Pro. And that's something that's insane. When you're getting something like the iPhone 11, you aren't really paying for, the most expensive phone. That's for the 11 Pro. But in this case, you were really only getting maybe you were getting better cameras on the 11 Pro, better build quality, things like that, better display. But it's still insane how the cheaper iPhone 11 still had some sort of more capability than the iPhone 11 Pro. The other crazy thing to keep in mind is that Apple, I think, learned from this, and since then they've completely, restructured their lineup. The cheaper iPhones like the iPhone 14s, the 13s, the 12s have cheaper parts. They don't really, perform the same. They have less RAM. They have not as clocked high. They don't have as a high clocked chipset as the iPhones that are above them. So I think Apple learned from this, but it's insane that even for one generation, we had a phone that was significantly cheaper than the more expensive flagship at that time, but it was performing better in some ways than the more expensive one, which is insane. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.